we are going to take a look at our different factoring from this is, I forget the task number, but the factoring trinomials assignment. And what we are going to do is we are going to look for a pattern for the ones where the leading coefficient, that's that number there, that first number, A, is equal to 1. So I'm going to go through, see this one has an A equal to 2, this one has an A equal to 1. Here's what I want us to notice. I want us to notice here that the two numbers I chose, here and here, here and here, are the two numbers that ended up in the answer. Again, this one does not have a leading coefficient of 1, and my two numbers did not end up right there and there. This one does have a leading coefficient of 1, and it ends up factoring to b plus 1, b plus 7, the two numbers that we chose, factors of AC that add to b. And then this one has a 2, and it did not end up being -3 and 6. It ended up being -3, but not 6. So that one didn't work. Again, a leading coefficient of 5. The 2 ended up there, but the -15 did not. And then this one, a leading coefficient of 1, and it ended up being a -4 and a +6. So the two numbers that we chose, factors of AC that add to B, ended up being the two numbers that were in the parentheses. Again, leading coefficient of 5, and my two numbers did not end up being the ones that were there. And then leading coefficient of 2, again, my two numbers did not end up being the ones that were there. One of them did, but not the other. And then leading coefficient of 1, my two numbers, -5 and -10, ended up being the two numbers that went there. So that's what's going to happen anytime your leading coefficient is 1. So here's where you're going to pick up your pencil and you're going to start writing down, and you're going to title the page Shortcut Method. And what we are looking at is trinomials in the form x squared plus bx plus c. So our leading coefficient is 1, or our a is 1. That's what we're looking at here. So when a is 1, and I do want you to write this statement, when a equals 1, the factors of AC that add to b will be used to make the binomials. In other words, you can skip doing the whole box thing. You can skip doing the whole box. So let's do some examples. We're going to do 4 examples. You're going to write them in your notes. And then when you're all done, you're just going to go back to the assignment, task 5, and this page is going to be there. And you're just going to type the answers in. You don't even have to show me work, okay? All right. So again, my leading coefficient here is 1. So I'm still going to do my factors of AC that add to B. Factors of AC that add to B. And I'm going to list my factors, 1 and 10, 2 and 5. I'm going to think about my signs. I'm multiplying to a positive, so my signs will be the same. I'm adding to a negative, so they'll both be negative. So -1 and -10. Now, normally what I would do is go draw the box, but watch what I'm going to do instead. When my leading coefficient is 1, it's going to be your variable here, so n, and then -1, -10. That's what you're going to type into that box. I don't have to do the box. Now, I'm going to do the box because I want you to see that it works. So if I do the box, which I don't have to do, but I want you to trust me, -1n, -10n, pulling out the GCF. See that? N minus 1, N minus 10. That's why I'm saying I can skip the box when my leading coefficient is 1. Let's do another example. So here I have leading coefficient of 1. So I'm still going to do factors of AC. That means multiplying to AC that add to B. So factors of AC would be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. My signs will be different because I'm multiplying to a negative. My larger one will be positive. So as I'm looking at that, the -2 and +6 is what's going to work. And that's going to work because -2 times 6 is -12. -2 plus 6 is equal to 4. Again, I could do the box, but I don't need to. N is my variable, so N and N, and then minus 2 and plus 6. Do the box if you don't trust me. It's going to work, I promise. So you're going to, when we're all done, go back in and type that into your box to get your point there. We're going to do 2 more quick examples. Again, anytime my leading coefficient is 1, it's going to be a little faster than the others because I get to skip the box. 1 times 64 is 64. I know I get to do shortcut because my leading coefficient is 1, and I want to add to that 16. So this one, guys, listen, if it jumps out at you, 8 times 8, don't worry about going through 1 times 64, 2 times 32. 3 doesn't go. 4 times 16. 5 doesn't go. 6 doesn't go. 7 doesn't go. And then 8 times 8. You don't need to list everything. If it jumps out at you, just use it. So this is going to be, again, leading coefficient of 1. So it's going to be b and b because that's my variable. And then plus 8 and plus 8. And when we're all done here, you're going to go type that in. Again, pause and do the box if you don't trust me. It's going to work. This is just a shortcut method anytime the leading coefficient is 1. Okay, last example, 1. So I know I can shortcut it. A times C is negative 90. And I want to add 2, remember that's a negative 1. So my signs will be different. My larger one will be negative. I see the numbers, but if you don't, list them. 1 and 90, 2 and 45. Sorry, my brain was thinking ahead to 3 and 30. 4 doesn't go. 5 and 18. 6 does go. 6 times 15. 7 doesn't go. 8 doesn't go. And then 9 times 10. That's going to be the 1. 9 and negative 10. My variable is A. And I'm going to use a positive 9 and a negative 10. And that's what you're going to type in right there. So again, this is just a shortcut. If you still prefer to use the box, you can. But anytime that leading coefficient is 1, once you pick your factors of AC that add to B, you get to just put the numbers in, and that's that.